Oh, man.
Yeah.
We're back, baby. We're back.
We're back.
Episode 8 of Collectin and Connectin podcast. Welcome back,
great.
Treaticus, King
Yeah.
Brett. We got a special guest right here from Badge County, co-captain of Loud City Collective, our boy Jared Maguson. What's up, Thunder Hour, man?
Thunder
Yo,
Hour.
what's up, fellas? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Man, so glad to have you on the good-looking one of the tag team.
That's
Badge
exactly
County.
right.
The attractive part of Badge County.
We can actually see Thunder Hour's face, and I'm not the only, at least somewhat clean-shaven one around here.
It's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, these curls are pretty decent, but it's balding on top, so I'm not gonna, lean forward too much so you can see that. But I do look pretty good in this camera. I don't usually look at myself like this, so I'm excited.
You got a great angle working. I like it.
You really do. You really do.
So with that angle, you've posted pictures and things of your office and whatnot, and I can actually see it from here. So let's just go straight there. There's a picture above your shoulder, I guess on the top shelf, and we'll go right to a different sport just to shake things up. Football. Are you a Minnesota Vikings fan?
I am a Vikings fan. I grew up actually in South Dakota. So
okay, there it is.
The bordering state is Minnesota, and everyone in South Dakota is typically a Viking fan, and that's who's on the TV all the time. So yeah, Viking fan. And I think it was, I guess this last Christmas time or so when a family came and visited my nephew, we all had our Jefferson jerseys on. So we had to get the nice pick.
Very cool. I knew you were Oklahoma City, diehard Thunder, and all this, and it just shocked me when I saw that. And I was like, "Oh, I gotta ask about the Vikings." King Brett and I are both big Cowboys fans, obviously with our Dallas diehard fandom. But Treaticus, who's your NFL team?
I prefer sport. I like sports where they don't have to wear pads because they're soft. I like
wrestling,
manly sports. So
yeah, you like.
I don't have an NFL team. I really don't.
That shows you how long you've been out of the game, Treat, because now they have the padded shorts that they wear underneath. The basketball players are all wearing that.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Where did that start?
It adds padding in all the right places.
When did that start?
Right when load management started.
There you go. About the same time.
See, that's what's killing the game.
I'm with you.
People growing up in this generation that all got a trophy and had never had their teeth knocked out trying to post up somebody 10 times their size.
Story of my life.
Back in my day.
Back in your day. Well, that was a long time ago. So
there we go.
Horses everywhere.
They handed out those jock straps.
So you talked about
only 3 extra larges.
I'll save us here. Thunder Hour, you talked about traveling up north and family and different things. I saw a picture that you shared, and I got to ask about it because you definitely are repping your squad, Badge County, the podcast. And I believe it's your brother rocking the top.
Nice.
Yes, that is my brother. For those maybe in the Badge County Discord, Duke Minute. So I'm Thunder Hour. He's Duke Minute. And we made a trip to Mount Rushmore this summer. And we had to rock the debut shirt and the Badge County shirt. Just a couple Top Shot Mount Rushmore,
What
an experience. What a picture.
What's the Duke Minute from? Is that like did his wife give him that nickname?
No. Actually,
we make it 4 minutes. Jeez.
Sorry.
Hey, that's a long time.
We
All right.
Go ahead.
I wasn't going there. I will tell you.
I've never been. I've always
wanted to softball. Yeah, sorry.
I'll give you the actual reason. So the Thunder Hour actually comes from a podcast that my brother and I did a few years back.
Nice.
And so he's a big Duke basketball fan. So I said, you could have 1 minute per episode to talk about Duke. So we had this Duke Minute.
Nice.
Ran a timer. So it does have some history. it's just the thing my brother and I do.
So who's your college team if he's Duke?
I really don't have a college team. I grew up liking teams in the Big Ten just from up that way, but
gotcha.
I don't really have a team. So
it's a good thing that you and Sammy D don't have a Thunder minute or a Celtics minute on the podcast, because you guys exceed that every episode.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to have a minute because he knows I'm going to talk a few minutes every episode. Got to get
for
you.
It's the episodes where you talk more are better.
I appreciate you saying that, because I didn't want to say it to him.
Like finally, someone or the
here's the deal. Sammy D, he's the star of Badge County. He's got all the talent. He's putting on all these graphics. He knows actually how to upload things, in the podcast realm. He knows how to do the Discord, all those things. But one thing I can do is I can talk. I can chat with the best of them. So that's what I do.
It's a great pod. He did forget to push the record button when I was on, and it missed my Scottie Pippen story. I still haven't told it publicly, but
it sounds like you're still a little bitter. But maybe we could get you back on.
Right? Maybe it was strategic.
I'm not bitter. I love the show, guys. You guys crush it every time. It's a great show.
That was one of the first episodes I listened to, was the Treaticus episode that started a few minutes through, and then I went back and listened to, I think, 5 episodes previous. I think Treaticus was episode 6 of Badge County, but I don't have that
much fun.
in front of me. But yeah, I love the podcast. Definitely all 3 of us are listeners, and several people in the Collectin and Connectin group all support Badge County. So we're pumped to have you here. We know we're going to get into Thunder and a few things. I got some things to talk to you about there, but you're definitely a collector. We noticed that through Badge County and through Collectin and Connectin. You're in a bunch of different sets and in a bunch of different grails, if you will. And I love the things that you're after. So it was fun listening to Badge County break down the playoffs. We had a brand new Champions Path come out, and it was a brand new set, things that we'd never done before, redemptions. Some of us were out of the loop on how that stuff worked, and it was fun to listen to you guys break that down. Talk to me about you guys talking with Top Shot, getting some information, and really getting that information out to us so that we could some of us could learn how to be a part of the YOF squad like you in Badge County.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Champions Path, like you said, was new to all of us. But to me, it was kind of just so much more engaging than what we've experienced in the past with these sets and with how we get moment. Because I remember, one game the Heat would win and the moments would skyrocket, the Bucks moments would drop, and that just made it a lot more fun and entertaining, and just also you could kind of match up those redemptions with the moments. You're like, this is going to be that Jimmy Butler 56-point performance. So I got to have that redemption. I got to get that. I got to have that in my collection. But as far as just putting the info out there, getting it out to everybody, that's just what we do. We break down what Top Shot gives us when it comes to, information on new sets, the blogs, all those different things. And we just are all in on it, so we want to make it as digestible. And honestly, the podcast can do that for people, because a blog is something we can all read, but to hear it from somebody, and also, like I said, Sammy D with his graphic skills, he put out all these different things when it came to the Champions Path, and it just makes it easier to digest. Actually, Top Shot ended up using one of his graphics, just altered it a little bit to their color schemes and whatnot. And so, I think like the stuff that we're trying to do in Badge County is just to try to take the best parts of Top Shot and make them known to people and make them easily digestible and make the experience more fun. Because as you guys know, Collectin and Connectin, that's what makes this much more fun. It makes those purchases to complete that set. I know Treat, you did the 86, 87 run it back.
Baby.
Yeah, that's cool on your own, but that's amazing and fun with all your friends, you know, and
No
that's what we're doing. And that's kind of how we want to approach Badge County, as like a place for people to come to be celebrated, but also to get all the info. You know, we have our little sickos tag in the Discord. I'm sure
just about to say, I love those sicko alerts.
Yeah, and so it's just like, hey, when Top Shot drops news, when something fun's happening, you know, for a giveaway or whatever, like, hey, let's get in here, let's talk about it, let's, you know, discuss. So
love it.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely. What you guys are doing and what we're all doing with Collectin and Connectin, and what you're saying is so true. Hearing somebody that is actually going on that path and collecting, that's doing the same things you are, makes such a difference. King Brett and I have talked since 2021 that we wouldn't have made it once things dropped if we didn't have each other, because we were collecting together and talking about the playoffs series 2 and playoff series 3 and trying to collect sets and things together. And it made it more fun. And then all of a sudden we found Treaticus and you and Sammy D and a bunch of the rest of the crew. And it's made it so much more fun every day because we're talking about what we're doing and talking about what you're doing and sharing on this champion's path, if you will. Loved all you guys shared on the playoff stuff, as well as what you continue to do, as you said, breaking down new news and things that when it comes out.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's our completed 48 out of 48. It was fun to watch
who's
complete
that?
that.
Who's completed that? I didn't complete that.
Who did that?
I have the playoff set, but I do not have the Champions Fast set.
Nice.
Wow.
I saw that posted, and people going after that. Just thought that the whole thing, we just didn't really know. We heard speculation of collecting redemptions and keeping those because they were going to be rare. As you mentioned, watching a playoff game and seeing a Jimmy Butler game winner when he's falling down on his butt. And you're like, that's going to be a moment. It's fun to be watching the games engaged and then immediately know, you know, in your own head and real life, like hashtag NBA Top Shot this, like that's going to be one.
I wonder how many people have done that, have completed that, just the Champions Path piece.
It can't be many.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of cool. And honestly, like the, you know, just the fact that you get the little player's image on there and the course Top Shot crushes it with the artwork all the time.
All the time, yep.
I think it would be kind of fun to just have and own. I mean, I guess I probably have the most expensive ones because I did the playoff Champions Challenge for the Nuggets moment, and so I have the Jokic, the Murray, and the Nuggets, which are probably some of the most expensive.
But well, let's talk about something else that you do have. You pulled this bad boy. Speaking of artwork and beautiful, as well as your team collecting what you love. Number 24. That's in your collection now, locked away. That's pretty sick, dude.
Very sick.
The J-Dub rookie revelation is definitely one of my favorite moments in the collection, a Grail-worthy moment. And what I love about like S4 and this rookie revelation set is we've never had like a dedicated rookie legendary set until this year. Yeah. And I participated in the burn leaderboard for a pack, and I was just happy to get a pack. Honestly, I wasn't going to be really disappointed with anything. And when I hit the J-Dub, I was like, boom, click, 30 seconds later, that thing's locked. I mean, it's done. It's done. And so, yeah, I'm thrilled to have that in my collection. And one thing that's exciting about that J-Dub moment is like, I mean, sometimes we get hooked up on, oh, that's a legendary J-Dub rookie. But no, to me, that's a moment late in the season from our, you know, rookie that's the future is bright for J-Dub. And that's a moment all Thunder fans remember. His putback game winner. And you like, that's what ties me to Top Shot and to these moments so much is I love to, you know, all the memories that I have from the season are kind of stored away in my collection. And and you can't get that really anywhere else, in my opinion. And it's just so curated to who I am as a fan. And that's what I've tried to really focus on is, hey, this is my fandom. This is what I like. And this is what I'm going to go collect. And I was fortunate enough to get that in a pack. So
that's the way to do it. Love that.
We've talked several times about how Series 4 is so fire with that moment and what they did with the rookie revelations. We were very impressed with those moments, but they did a very cool thing for the first time ever in showing them getting the draft footage. We thought that just really just made a chef's kiss. Just it was just a little cherry on top to the moments that made them look really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what's great about, some of these scarce collectibles is when they can do stuff like that for these special moments, it makes them even more special, and even kind of more unique than what we've experienced. Because I think back to, I think it was an episode recently with Chewie about the beam moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, that's a moment for a Kings fan that they got to have, know?
Yeah.
And so, like, as a fan of the Thunder and J-Dub and a rookie, like, this is just makes this even more special. You've got the 4K rookies, which is their first game, but you got these rookie revelations, which is kind of their best moment from the season, but also the moment that they started in the NBA with that handshake with Adam Silver. And I love that touch. It was kind of unexpected in my mind. I mean, you didn't know what this was coming, and just exciting to have it in the platform.
It's excited to be surprised and like excitedly surprised, because you're always waiting like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be. And then you're like, dude, that's awesome. I love this. What a great idea.
Yeah. They nailed it.
And just to loop back, Champions Path only has 157 completions out there. So
wow,
think about all the Top Shot collectors. There's only 157 of those bad boys completed. It's pretty crazy.
That sounds like there might be room for me to join in at some point.
Could be you.
What's that? What's it cost to get in that? Oh,
I think just some money. It's nothing. Like
what's money?
The ACH, small children, whatever you prefer.
Whatever,
whatever form of payment you have, right?
How about grown children?
Correct.
I got 2 teenagers, so don't tempt me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I love it. Actually, that's what makes the moments even more special, is like I get to go to these games with my kids, and my wife, and you just experience those moments together that then you can go collect them on Top Shot. So I love that.
Yeah. We're all 4 of us very lucky and fortunate to be in the States and local to an NBA team as part of this. You're talking IRL and in real life events with your family and different things. And all 4 of us have been fortunate enough to go to several things. Talk a little bit about some of those experiences, maybe as a Thunder captain or just getting tickets to games. What have been some cool highlights over the past year or so?
Yeah, I mean, being a co-captain of Loud City Collective and our Thunder, fan community has been really another thing that's taken S4 to the next level, right? And we had during the season, I think 3 or 4 different games where we had groups of 30 go to games. And to me, just sitting in a group with a bunch of Thunder fans and collectors and, people being able to bring their kids, we allow people to bring a guest and all those sort of things. It just makes that experience so much more fun. And I know there's a few moments that happened, that from games that we were at that, like, oh yeah, that's the game we went together. And then, like you've got this picture up here of one of our meetups at, a little meetup before a game where, we're just having a little food and drink and whatnot and just hanging out really. And I think that's the cool part about Top Shot and how we've kind of really evolved into, this is not just a collectible, but also a community building thing. And I'm excited for next season. I mean, we've kind of taken a little time off over the summer just with, nothing really happening. But as we ramp up towards next season, it's going to be another fun season to get together and just really kind of just meet people that you maybe wouldn't meet otherwise. You know, that's kind of the way I look at it. Cause like I knew there was obviously Top Shot collectors in Oklahoma City, but until you like,
they're not real until you see them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you put on an event and you're like, oh, that's you, you know, and you know, you get to meet them. And honestly, some of my best friends in Top Shot are people that come to these events, you know, and now, you know, it's like we talk outside of Top Shot too, you know, it's just like, it's fun just to meet new people. And that, like I said earlier, it's like I can talk and chat with the best of them. So it's like, that's my thing, is like, just have community with each other, you know, and cheer on your team. And I remember like specifically one moment or one IRL gathering at the end of the season. We had a watch party for the playing game against, I honestly trying to think who they played. I think it was the Pelicans, and they beat them. And it was just an amazing experience to watch that. You know, the Thunder team, we did not expect to really be in that situation this season.
Right.
And they kind of outperformed that. And then to actually win one playing game, and where we were all together to watch that, and the whole, you know, sports bar was just, you know, chanting OKC. And that's just like one of those things you can't, you know, you always remember, you know, you can't forget
Good times.
In fact, I was actually trying to get there for that. I was working.
Oh, yes, you were.
And that's the one I was like trying to get there. Like, just nothing worked out. But that's what's so great. Like the community and just, you know, the teams and the people. Even prime example, I did not go to Vegas for NBA Top Shot. But shout out Scotty J. Got me an NBA Top Shot Vegas shirt. And I'm like,
yeah, that's a shirt. That's a shirt I want. I can tell you that much.
Well, you know, if I lose some weight and I can't fit into it, it still will be too big for you because all you got is muscles. It's like,
looks good.
I see you, King Brad. It looks good.
No, but
I like everything about that.
Well, I think that's because you can see through it, but just the connecting, and then it's something I never thought about when I first got in. And Three Ball's like, hey man, check this out. You can buy. I'm like, buy what? What? That's not even real. That's not a real thing. And then now we're talking. We're on podcasts. We got friends. We're texting off of Discord, off of Twitter. Like we don't have enough chats already. Right. And it's like we're doing it because we like it and we like the people. And it's, you know, it never would have happened without cool people leading the captains and the Discords and everything else, putting it together. It's just so cool to see.
Nice.
This year's S5, I'm committed to making at least one or two Oklahoma City in real life events. So,
all right. All right. Wait.
I'd love it. We can make it happen. Maybe we can do a rivalry game. Something that might be fun.
Mark it down.
I'm close enough. I'll drive.
All right. Yeah, we talked about. I know we've talked about going to see Wemby versus the Mavericks. I mean, we could do Wemby versus the Thunder too. I'm all for both of them. So
yeah, or we can do them all.
Who's Wemby?
Oh, you don't know Wemby? Wembanyama? Victor Wembanyama.
Is he undrafted?
Hot takes. What do you got, Jared? What's going to happen with this next season? What's he going to do?
Yeah, what's
Wembanyama? I mean, I fully expect him to finish about second or third in the Rookie of the Year voting. You know, because Chet's winning, right? So that's my hot take, right? Yeah,
I've heard that take already. I listened to the podcast.
Hey, I'm consistent. I'm consistent with my takes. I'm not trying to switch on that.
Treat, you thinking he's not going to do well, or are you just playing devil's advocate?
No, I just think the NBA is very difficult. You know, like, okay, I don't have any confidence until you can get out there and show me what you got. I'm not going to put a whole bunch of stock in some guy that hadn't played in the NBA yet, because you just never freaking know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just I can't imagine the talent you're having to go up against night in and night out, and the mental toll and the physical toll. Is he strong enough? You know, those long, thin guys. I mean, you know, there's been plenty of busts because they just can't handle the rigors.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely nervous for Chet. I mean, he missed all of last season, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, who knows if this guy, in theory, he should be great, but until he actually does it, let's see,
Similar body type as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kevin Durant hadn't been able to carry a team to the promised land, What makes us think a taller, skinnier version of Kevin Durant's going to do anything? I don't get
it. He's not as muscular. I give you that.
KD had his chance to go down as the best Thunder player of all time. He chose something different. So,
Okay, we can hold it.
We don't need to talk about him.
That's how I feel about Jalen Brunson.
I'm still a little bitter about KD. Let's see, what was that? 2016 when he left. So 7 years later, it's all right. I'm getting over it slowly.
It's almost wearing off.
Yeah.
I mean, and these tall foreign point guard ball handling shooters, can they deliver? At point guard. I mean, they've delivered at power forward in Dallas, but I don't know. I'd like to see somebody make it to the finals. It's been so hyped.
You're talking about Luka, right? You're not talking about the Thunder yet, right?
I'm not talking about no Thunder.
Okay.
I'm talking about Luka, Mr. Hype.
Yeah, I will say Luka is kind of one of those players that I don't know if he really makes his team much better, and so I'm a little.
Thank you.
I mean, I love Luka. He's an amazing talent, but I'm not sure if he can take them to where they need to go. I mean, I don't know. I would like
know
to see
Kyrie can't.
No, definitely not very dependable there. Right?
Punches here, Treat.
Hey,
look,
I'm only
Luka whines too much, but he's what we got, and he's the best of what we got. And Luka to the moon. All they need to do is pick me up, get 3 ball on there. We're winning every championship. Undrafted rookies, we all know what that's about. Treat can tell you, undrafted is the way to go.
Undrafted is the way to go.
Hey,
2024 chance. Just calling it here.
You've seen me shoot on that OKC court. I could spot up for Luka.
I love it, dude. I love it.
I knocked down them threes.
Straight.
You said I was a pick and pop when you had Sammy D on. I'm a pick and pop.
I was waiting on it to come up. I wasn't sure when it was.
I love that. I was wondering what because he was talking about you were a power forward, stretch 5. I was just trying to figure out your game, and I love it. You showed it, man. You got game. Ain't no doubt about it.
Well, I don't got game really, but I can knock down a shot here and there, but I can't move up and down.
What I saw was a pretty stroke.
The term you used was rim runner, and to clear it up, none of us are rim runners, as I said.
Don't bring it up again.
He's the one that said it. Treat's the one bringing it up. We're going to put it all on the carpet.
CNC basketball tournament.
Collectin and Connectin.
That's County D CNC basketball game going down.
You two go one-on-one.
Samuel D was talking shit that you weren't a rim runner. I was
don't put it on Sammy D because he's not here.
Hey, you guys talked about me when I wasn't there. Now we're gonna talk about him.
I'm wondering if Samuel D has enough up here to actually run an offense. You know what I'm saying?
Treaticus
I know he can't penetrate.
Comments.
I know he can't get his own shot, but can he set the table for the rest of the team? I don't know. I've got questions.
Can we call a friend and who wants to be a millionaire? That's Sammy D. Hey there, how are you doing, bud?
He's acted like you're the weakness in the pick and roll, but I'm thinking he is. I don't think he's got the handles to run the pick and roll.
Stop saying all these food words. I'm getting hungry.
I don't know, but I know if we're gonna play pickup, we're playing half court because I'm not running up and down the court.
I didn't even know full court was an option. If it is, I'm out. I thought it was pool basketball, in the swimming pool. That's what I was in for.
That's just bragging. Anybody playing full course, just bragging. Just
3 ball.
I can steer this back to Top Shot for a minute.
Okay.
Thunder Hour. I know you're into the Thunder MGLEs, and you're collecting all of those because that's your squad. You collect what you love. Mm-hmm. We've established that Series 4 is fire, and we know things are going in a direction. Give me another rare set that you that you love, that you're after, that you want to get, that you have? Talk to me about something that's rare currently.
So that's what's interesting.
You can buy them all before people listen, so that way they can't get all the points. So you got security.
That's what's interesting is like I don't have a rare set to this date, you know, and no, it's kind of I've always been a common collector just because, you know, price point fits there and whatnot. Yeah, but I will say like my goal for S5 is to collect a rare set and hopefully in the moment. And if I do, it's going to be throwdowns, because to me, throwdowns is like the Top Shot rare set in my mind. That's like the staple. And so if I'm gonna collect one, that's gonna be the set I collect. Now, if I'm gonna go backwards, I would go with the Series 1 Finals rare set. Because that, to me, that one being in the bubble, you know, LeBron's potential last finals, probably last finals. Yeah. To me, that's going to have some weight long term, and it's just fun in the bubble. I'm a big bubble guy. I love the moments. I think they're so unique. I think they bring you back. I mean, they bring you back to maybe some not so great memories for all of us, but they also bring you back to some great memories when it came to sport. Like that was what we were doing, you know, back then. That's all you could do is watch bubble games. And I remember, you know, shoot, I'm getting done with work at 1:00. Let's watch a game on NBA TV. And I loved that bubble time. That was something where my brothers and my dad connected. You know, we were doing fantasy drafts and we were chatting about the games, and we were just having fun because that's what we had was, you know, the NBA bubble.
I'm with you. I got that Eastern Conference Finals from the bubble. I love it. That's that's a forever hold right there.
Brett and I were both early on wanting to get S1s, even when we couldn't afford them. We were looking at them we're going to target those someday when we get to and they drop down. We're going to get after some S1s, not necessarily thinking about the bubble because we were that close to it. And then as you get farther away from it, it makes more sense of how one of a kind. Not only is it the first series of what is hopefully a long journey with NBA Top Shot, but it's also very unique that, like you said, we got fans on screens. We got Top Shot fans on screens. I've noticed you tweet out and other people tweet out people that were spotted, you know, as their Top Shot debut. That stuff's awesome. And it's so one of a kind. Like, we're not going to see that again. What a cool moment to capture.
Yep.
Yeah, I have. So I did attend, quote unquote, one of those Thunder games. You know, I got drawn just because I had tickets or whatever, and they sent me a little, you know, badge ticket of OKC in Orlando that I have like on my desk back here, and you know, that's something that's kind of unique that I'll always have.
That's really cool.
And that game that I attended. There's a moment, you know, from SGA that was from that game. You can't see me, unfortunately, in there, but I was in attendance, you know, and it's just something unique about that time that kind of let's make it special, you know, let's make it just a memory for us, you know, and that's what I'm doing with those. So
outstanding, very
cool. King Brett and I were lucky enough to go to the Brooklyn Nets game through Top Shot this past year at the Mavericks, and got to see some really cool plays and some things happen that we were for sure going to be moments. But Josh Green, S4 parallels, all of those were at the game. We had a big dunk that he had, and it's really cool. We have videos on our phone of being at that game, and then all of a sudden the same play is memorialized on Top Shot forever. It's really cool.
Yeah, I've got, so here's what's crazy. So I've got my Jaylen Brown S3 legendary, and I own that one. And then this year I was at a Grizzly game, and that was Desmond Bane's 50.
Top Shot 50.
So I've got to get that one.
Badass.
I'm waiting for the price to go down a little bit, but I'm with you. Like, owning moments from games you're actually at is I think the pinnacle. That's my favorite top part of Top Shot.
the ultimate kind of full circle, right?
Yeah, I was there, man. I got this.
Yeah. My ultimate long-term goal, I would love for this to be a reality, is I know Top Shot or Dapper has had some connections with Ticketmaster for ticket NFTs.
Yeah.
And one of the things I'd love to see in the future is, man, I got the ticket NFT for a Thunder game I was at that I can attach with that moment, and you kind of display them side by side, and you kind of just, it's kind of a piece of history. Like I'm dreaming of a finals game where I'm at there's a moment where I'm there, and I've got the ticket, I've got the moment, that to me, that's what's going to make this thing special.
I think
proven on the blockchain, a digital signature that you were there in that moment. Like that's pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Treat put together his little video, right, Treat? And it had up, and it had the moment, and it had pictures, and like
that's what his wife calls it too. Are you done with your little video?
My little videos that you're making.
What you say? You bring up this stuff.
Well,
what Thunder Hour? Everyone listen to him. Everyone else stop talking.
She won't make little videos with me, so
Hey. No, actually, that got me thinking. This year, I'm going to try and remember to at least screenshot my ticket, you know, and just so I have all those backed up somewhere. Because I mean, I actually asked for the Thunder because I've had tickets since like 2013 or whatever it was, and I asked the Thunder. I asked for the Thunder to get me a list of all the games that I've been to. And they did, but it wasn't very well organized. I couldn't really see exactly, what date it was, or I can't remember the exact specifics, but it just wasn't, organized very well.
Right.
And my goal going forward is to I went to this game. I'm going to screenshot the ticket. I have it on my phone. It's saved, and I know that I was there,
Yeah, that's how I got mine. They were in my Apple Wallet. They look pretty cool. They look pretty cool looking.
Yeah,
graphics.
Mm-hmm.
You're so high tech, Treat.
You know what? It's true. You boomers stick around, and I'll teach you some Web3. Me and Binkley have been working on some stuff.
Before I lose Thunder Hour, because we could definitely keep talking about all kinds of things, I want to bring up stacks, locked leaderboards. I know that when you get stuff, you like to lock it immediately. So that habit has put you on a couple lists. Your Twitter bio drops you as the key one, but we'll start with Steven Adams. You're 38th on the list leaderboard there.
Nice.
What's the infatuation with Steven Adams?
Well, I mean, Steven Adams, his time with the Thunder was really just fun. I mean, he's a cool dude. Like he's entertaining, but he's also like this giant, so he's just a lot of fun. And specifically his S1 moment, his debut, kind of reaching back to that. It's like a full court pass to Dennis Schroeder. I remember specifically my brother and I did a podcast after that game. And so that's a moment that I just love. And there's different versions of it, as you guys know, with S1. And so I do need that legendary still. So I'd love to rise up on that Adams leaderboard. Because and so he's just got kind of a guy that's kind of a fan favorite for the Thunder. He's still really popular when he comes back.
I bet.
I'd love to have him like at the end of his career kind of make a little appearance back with the Thunder. But
he seems to be a very unique guy. He's very talented, but we've had Davey on previously, and he's met him and talked to him, and I guess one of his favorite players as well, and just said he's one of the nicest humans, talks, and is just a really good dude.
Yeah. He's pretty down to earth for a big time NBA player. It seems
he is huge. And then huge for the Thunder. You're high on another leaderboard. Your boy Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I got you down as 55th, buddy.
Nice.
That's a tough one to be on, man.
Yeah, I've actually got every SGA moment except for 2, so I'm on my way to collecting all of his moments. He's our guy. Like he's our future. Like if we're gonna win a championship in this next 5, 6, 8 years, he's going to be a part of it. And
how have we made it 39 minutes? And yeah, we haven't brought his name up and talked about him. He's such an exciting player. We've covered him on the Moment by Moment show, as well as we all watch him. He's just north of us and west of Treaticus, but he's
awesome.
Man, he is incredible, dude.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with ease, which is just kind of amazing because he's not super fast or anything, but he just is so shifty and he can maneuver around everything. And, you know, he gets to the line because people follow him as he's trying to, you know, get to the rim. And yeah, he's taken his level. I mean, just to another level this last year, being all NBA first team. And so, yeah, I honestly did not expect that for him when we got him, and even going into last season. That's the thing about the Thunder is their future is kind of bright, but they've kind of been exceeding what most of us thought, you know. He's right at the front of that, and it seems to be
tougher to hold off your expectations because you got this youth movement and all these draft picks, and you're thinking, all right, we're just going to build for a little bit, and all of a sudden you're like, man, we're pretty good.
Yeah, you don't want to take a step back.
Yeah. So I'm always going to collect. My goal is to collect every SGA moment from here on out, and then circle back and get those other two that I don't have, because he's the guy that's, like I said, our future. And I mostly collect Thunder moments. I do collect some sets here and there, but I love the Thunder. I mean, that's where I'm going to collect.
Right.
I don't stack really though. That's another thing, is I just get on these leaderboards by getting every single one. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a vertical stack or a horizontal stack rather than a vertical stack. I don't, I like to have one of everything. There's too many good moments on Top Shot.
Yeah. There are.
And especially with Shea and how young he is, he's going to have plenty more. So you got some work cut out for you.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. So talk to me about this last one. Michael Cage, you're number one on the leaderboard.
Big time. West Memphis, Arkansas.
There we go. Yeah, that's from the 86-87 archive. He's got one moment. He likely will only ever have one moment. But it's really kind of a joke, more or less, that he's the Thunder's commentator. So we listen to him every game we watch on TV. And so, I just thought it'd be fun to be number one on somebody's leaderboard, because there's really not a way to get number one on most players' leaderboards. It's like almost impossible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kind of looked at it a few months ago or last year or whatever it was. And I'm like, hey, if I get like 10 of these, I'm number one. And I'm like, this is easy. Let's do this. Awesome. And if anyone tries to step to it, I'm going up higher.
Let's go.
Well, all right. So a little Michael Cage side note here. So my dad, early 80s state championship run as a coach. There was, back then they had each, division had a state championship, and then the overall, all the different divisions would come together, play each other for the overall state championship. And so my dad's Bryant Hornets went up against Michael Cage's West Memphis Blue Devils. Keith Lee, one of the greatest front lines and maybe in all history of Arkansas. Keith
gotta
Lee,
be
Cage.
Yeah, gotta be.
And it was amazing. It's one of my fondest memories of my childhood, because it was like Hoosiers, man. Our small town empty. Yeah. We were all at the game, and there's just anyway. It was amazing experience. I love Michael Cage. He's a hell of a player.
So how did that game go? Did
makes sense. Yeah, he's slow playing it.
Well, let's see. I mean, if you want me to go deep dive into this, we had this kid that we had the two best players ever played for my dad were on that team. One of them was an All-American, played in McDonald's All-American. The other one was a really good D1 prospect. And so the D1 prospect was a sophomore, but he could jump out of the gym. Like his name Brad Ghost, he jumped out of the gym. And so he pissed Keith Lee off on the tip ball. He out-jumped Keith Lee and made Keith Lee mad, and it was over then, because it's like nobody can stop him. And so my dad called timeout and got Oliver Brad's Brad's ass and said, "Look, we wanted him to not care. They never lose. Now he's mad." And they killed us.
Poked the bear from the tip.
It was from the tip.
Just
the tip.
That's fun. That's fun memory.
That's a really good memory and a cool connection, with Michael Cage to your dad and to your childhood.
Those Blue Devil teams were they're still. I mean, that's West Memphis, Arkansas is a hotbed for basketball to this day.
Nice,
really good.
100%. Thunder Hour, Jared, my man, this has been fantastic having you on. I'm so glad that you were here. Sorry it took so long. Treaticus, thanks for taking a big sip during my
always.
If you're listening on the podcast, that's Treaticus's Ice Cup. Thunder Hour, man, I appreciate all you do on Badge County. Appreciate all you do in CNC. This has been a pleasure. Thanks for being on here with us.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Good times.
Yes, sir. Episode 8 with Thunder Hour. King Brett and Treaticus. Appreciate you guys. See y'all around.
See you around. Yep.